this video, she ran off with her lover and abandoned her kids. 10 years later, she wanted them back. Subscribe to the channel. Let's start the video.
Mina was once a cheerful and caring woman living in a small town. She had 2 children, Sam, a bright and curious boy of 8, and Lily, a gentle and thoughtful girl of 6. Her husband, Omar, was a quiet and hard-working man who loved his family deeply. Their home was small but warm. Every morning, Mina would wake up early to prepare breakfast for the children. She made sure Sam had his favorite oatmeal and Lily had warm milk. She would gently brush their hair, tie their little shoes, and walk them to school while telling them stories about animals and faraway places. The children always smiled at her stories, and Omar would watch them with pride before heading to work at the small bakery in town. Mina had always loved her family, but after a few years, life began to feel routine and dull for her. She worked in the home, helped the children with homework, and kept the house neat and tidy. She loved her children dearly, but sometimes she felt invisible, as if she had lost a part of herself in the everyday chores and responsibilities. She longed for excitement, for a feeling she could not describe. One spring afternoon, a new family moved into the house next to hers. Among them was David, a man who was kind, confident, and full of energy. He always had a smile on his face and a story to tell. Mina first noticed him when he was fixing a fence near her home, laughing with his children. She felt a strange pull toward him, something that she had never felt before. Over the next few weeks, they met often at the small market, in the park, or at town gatherings. David was charming and listened to her in a way that made Mina feel noticed and important. At first, Mina told herself it was just friendship. She enjoyed talking to him and sharing her thoughts, but she never thought it could change her life. However, as days passed, her feelings grew stronger. She began waiting for David's messages, looking forward to seeing him. She started feeling restless at home, thinking about what it would be like to have a life that was her own, without rules or responsibilities. Mina began to dream about adventure and freedom, something she thought she had lost when she became a mother. One evening, after Omar had fallen asleep and the children were playing in their room, Mina made a decision. Her heart was heavy, but she convinced herself that she needed to follow her own path. She packed a small bag with a few clothes and personal belongings. She left a note for Omar, saying she needed time to find herself. She did not know exactly what her future held, but she believed that leaving with David was the answer to her unhappiness. That night, Mina quietly left her home. The streets were empty, and the moon shone brightly, guiding her steps. She felt a mix of fear and excitement. For the first time in many years, she felt alive. She met David at a small train station, and together they left the town, starting a new life far away. Mina thought about her children only briefly, telling herself that they would understand when they grew older. Back at home, Sam and Lily woke up the next morning to find their mother gone. They ran to Omar, crying and asking where she had gone. Omar held them close, trying to calm them while feeling a deep pain in his heart. He did not know why Mina had left, and he could not explain it to the children. The town was filled with whispers. Neighbors shook their heads and tried to comfort Omar, but the sadness in the home was heavy. Sam asked his father every day when their mother would return, and Lily often looked out the window, hoping to see her mother walking down the street. Omar did his best to be strong for his children. He continued his work at the bakery and cared for Sam and Lily, making sure they had food, clean clothes, and love. He told them stories, played games, and tucked them into bed each night. Slowly, Sam and Lily began to adjust, though their hearts ached for their mother. Meanwhile, Mina's new life was not as perfect as she had imagined. At first, everything seemed exciting and new. She and David traveled to different cities, stayed in small hotels, and enjoyed moments of freedom she had never experienced before. But soon reality arrived. The excitement faded, and she realized that life with David was not the same as she had imagined. He had his own problems and moods, and their relationship often had arguments. Mina started to feel lonely, and sometimes she remembered Sam and Lily. She thought about their laughter, their small hands holding hers, and the quiet mornings she had left behind. A part of her heart ached for the family she had abandoned. Mina began to wonder if she had made the right choice. She missed her children more than she had expected. She thought about them every day, imagining what they were doing, how they were growing, and how Omar was raising them without her. At night, she would stare at the ceiling, feeling a mix of regret and longing. She realized that no adventure or freedom could replace the love of her children. Years passed, and Mina slowly realized that life with David was not what she had hoped. At first, everything had felt exciting and new. They moved from city to city, stayed in small apartments, and explored places she had only dreamed about. David seemed confident and charming, but over time, Mina noticed small cracks in their relationship. They argued more often, and David's moods sometimes frightened her. The freedom she had imagined came with loneliness she had not expected. Mina thought about her children often. She remembered Sam's laughter when he tried to ride his small bicycle and Lily's gentle voice when she read stories aloud. She imagined Omar, working hard every day to care for them, and her heart ached with guilt. Sometimes she wanted to reach out, but she was afraid of what would happen if she returned. She was ashamed of leaving them, but the longing in her heart grew stronger every day. Meanwhile, back in the small town, Omar worked tirelessly to raise Sam and Lily alone. He did not want the children to feel the absence of their mother too deeply, so he tried to fill both roles. Omar cooked, cleaned, helped with schoolwork, and even played the game Sam and Lily loved. He took them to the park and taught Sam to ride his bicycle, even when the boy fell many times. Lily loved drawing, so Omar spent hours sitting beside her as she colored pictures of flowers and animals. The children learned to smile again, but their mother's absence was always a quiet shadow over their lives. Sam grew into a smart and curious boy. He loved reading books about faraway places and asking questions about everything he saw. He often asked his father why his mother had left, and Omar answered as honestly as he could without making Sam feel unloved. Lily became gentle and caring, always thinking of others first. She liked helping Omar in the kitchen and making small gifts for their neighbors. Both children grew up kind, hard-working, and strong, though a part of their hearts remained with the mother they could barely remember. One day, when Sam was 12 and Lily 10, they came across an old photograph of their mother. They were cleaning the attic with Omar, looking for boxes of toys. Sam held the picture in his hands and looked at it closely. "Dad, do you think Mom will ever come back?" he asked softly. Omar felt a pang of sadness. He knelt beside them and said, "Sometimes life takes people on different paths. But we are here for each other, and we will always be a family." Meanwhile, Mina's life with David became even more difficult. They had money and a place to live, but the happiness she had imagined was gone. David often complained about small things, and Mina felt trapped in a relationship that was nothing like she had hoped. She missed her home, the laughter of her children, and even the quiet moments she had once taken for granted. Each night, she thought about Sam and Lily and wondered how they were growing. She felt a heavy sadness she could not ignore. One rainy evening, Mina sat by the window, watching the water run down the glass. She remembered a morning when she had walked Sam and Lily to school, holding their hands and telling them stories about birds and flowers. She remembered Lily tripping over her shoes, and Sam laughing as he tried to help her. Tears filled Mina's eyes as she realized she had lost so much time with them. The thought of what she had given up made her heart ache. She wanted to make things right, but she was afraid of how the children would react to seeing her again. In the town, Omar noticed changes in Sam and Lily as they grew older. Sam was thoughtful and serious, often writing in his notebook or reading quietly. Lily was still kind and gentle but sometimes seemed sad for no reason. Omar understood that the children were missing a part of their life. He never spoke badly about Mina to them. He wanted them to know that their mother had loved them once, even if she had made a mistake. Despite the pain and distance, Mina began to feel a small hope in her heart. She wanted to reconnect with her children, to see them smile and hear their laughter again. She thought about the years she had lost and how much she had missed. She wondered if it was too late, or if Sam and Lily could ever forgive her. Every day, she imagined walking up to their home, holding flowers, and telling them how sorry she was. But fear held her back. She was afraid that the children would not accept her, and that she would face rejection after all the years apart. Mina started planning quietly. She wrote letters she never sent, filled with apologies and memories. She practiced what she would say if she saw Sam and Lily again. Each night, she drifted to sleep with a heavy heart, thinking about her children. Deep down, she knew that no adventure, no freedom, and no excitement could replace the love she had lost. She wanted her family back, more than anything. As the years passed, Sam and Lily continued to grow, learning life lessons and facing challenges without their mother. Mina's longing grew, and she felt a determination she had never felt before. She realized that she had to face her past, no matter how difficult it might be. She had to see her children again, even if it meant explaining years of absence and asking for forgiveness. The stage was slowly being set for a reunion that would change all their lives. Mina knew that the path ahead would be difficult, but her heart told her that she could not ignore her children any longer. She had made mistakes, but she also had a chance to try again. By the time Sam was 15 and Lily 13, Mina could no longer ignore the feeling in her heart. She had lived 10 years away from her children, and every day the regret grew heavier. Her life with David had ended months earlier. He had left for another city, and Mina found herself alone in a small apartment. The excitement and freedom she once thought she wanted had disappeared, replaced by emptiness and longing. Every morning, she woke up thinking about Sam and Lily. She remembered the sound of their laughter, their small hands in hers, and the warmth of their hugs. Mina knew she could not wait any longer. She had to see them, to apologize, and to try to be part of their lives again. She began planning carefully. Mina thought about how the children had grown, what they liked, and how Omar might react. She knew it would not be easy. They might be angry, sad, or even afraid of her. She prepared herself for every possible response. She started writing letters, telling the children about her love for them and how sorry she was for leaving. She folded the letters carefully and kept them in a small box. She imagined giving them to Sam and Lily, hoping they would understand her feelings. Mina traveled back to her hometown quietly. The streets were familiar yet different. Shops had changed, new houses had been built, and old friends she once knew walked by without recognizing her. Her heart raced as she walked toward the house where Sam and Lily lived with Omar. She remembered the small garden where Lily had played and the old tree where Sam used to climb. The memories were painful but comforting. Mina knocked gently on the door. Omar opened it, surprised to see a woman he had not seen for 10 years standing there. "Mina," Omar said, his voice calm but filled with questions. "Yes, Omar. It's me," she replied softly. I want to see Sam and Lily. I know I hurt them and I want to apologize." Omar studied her face carefully. He saw the sadness, the regret, and the longing. He could sense that she had truly changed. After a moment, he stepped aside. "They are inside," he said quietly. Mina took a deep breath and walked in. She saw Sam sitting at the table, reading a book, and Lily arranging flowers in a vase. Both children looked up, their eyes wide with surprise. Mina felt a rush of emotions: love, guilt, fear, and hope, all at once. "Sam, Lily," Mina said, her voice trembling slightly. "It's me. I know I left you and I am so sorry. I made a mistake, but I have never stopped thinking about you." Sam looked at her silently, unsure what to say. Lily clutched her father's hand, her small face filled with confusion. Omar watched carefully, allowing the children to process the moment. Mina knelt slowly, trying to meet their eyes. "I want to be part of your lives again," she said. "I understand if you are angry or don't trust me yet. I only ask for a chance to show you how much I love you." Sam and Lily were quiet for a long time. Sam finally spoke, his voice soft but steady. "Mom, why did you leave us?" Mina swallowed the lump in her throat. "I was unhappy with myself, Sam. I made a terrible choice. I thought I wanted something else, but I was wrong. I should have never left you and your father. I am so sorry." Lily's eyes filled with tears. She stepped forward slowly and hugged Mina tightly. "I missed you so much," she whispered. Sam hesitated, then joined the hug. Mina held them both, feeling a warmth she had not felt in 10 years. Omar stood silently, watching the reunion. He knew the road ahead would be difficult, but he also knew that love was stronger than anger. He nodded slightly, giving them space to reconnect. Mina stayed with the children for the whole afternoon, sharing stories, listening to what they had experienced, and trying to rebuild the bond she had lost. She noticed how much they had grown, how independent and strong they had become, and she admired their resilience. Over the next few days, Mina returned to the house often. She cooked meals, helped with homework, and played games with Sam and Lily. Slowly, the walls of hurt and mistrust began to crumble. The children asked questions about her absence, and Mina answered honestly but gently. She never made excuses and never tried to justify her actions. She only spoke about her love for them and her desire to be their mother again. Mina also began talking to Omar openly. She thanked him for raising their children and for protecting them during the years she was gone. Omar appreciated her honesty, but he reminded her that trust would take time to rebuild. Mina agreed. She understood that forgiveness could not be rushed. Each evening, Mina went home with a mix of sadness and hope. She missed the children when they were at school, but she also felt joy knowing she was back in their lives. She realized that even after 10 years, it was never too late to try. Mina learned that love and family could survive even the most difficult mistakes, and that courage and honesty were the first steps toward healing. By the end of the week, Sam and Lily were laughing with her again. They told stories, shared secrets, and even played the small games they used to enjoy together. Mina knew the journey ahead would be long, but she felt a deep sense of peace. For the first time in 10 years, she felt truly connected to her children, and she vowed never to let them go again. After Mina returned, the first few weeks were filled with cautious joy. Sam and Lily were happy to see her, but the absence of 10 years left a quiet distance. Mina realized that rebuilding their trust would take time. She could not simply return and expect everything to feel normal. Each day, she worked carefully to show her children that she was truly there for them, not just for a moment, but for good. Mina spent her mornings helping Sam with schoolwork. Sam had grown into a smart and focused boy, and Mina was impressed by his dedication. She noticed that he sometimes looked sad or thoughtful, as if he carried the pain of her absence with him. She never pressured him, but she encouraged him to share his feelings. She would ask gentle questions like, "How was your day?" Or, "Do you want to tell me about your favorite part of school?" Sam began opening up slowly, sharing small stories about his friends, teachers, and dreams. Mina listened carefully, making him feel heard and understood. With Lily, Mina focused on kindness and patience. Lily was gentle but quiet, often holding back her emotions. Mina spent time helping her with drawing and small crafts. She praised Lily's creativity and encouraged her to express herself. Sometimes, Lily would sit quietly beside Mina, holding her hand and looking at her with cautious eyes. Mina understood that Lily was testing whether her love was real. She never forced the bond but allowed Lily to approach her at her own pace. Omar continued to watch the reunion carefully. He welcomed Mina into their home but reminded her gently that rebuilding trust would not happen overnight. Mina respected his guidance. She wanted to prove that she was serious about being part of Sam and Lily's lives. She helped with cooking, cleaning, and even took Sam and Lily to school. Slowly, the children began to rely on her presence, enjoying the small routines they had once shared. One afternoon, Mina suggested a small picnic in the park. Sam and Lily hesitated, unsure if it would feel safe to go outside with her. Mina smiled and said, "We will take it slow. Just a short walk and some sandwiches. If you like it, we can go again next week." The children agreed, and the day turned into laughter and games. Sam climbed the small hill while Mina cheered him on. Lily picked wildflowers and handed them to Mina. For the first time in a long time, Mina felt a real connection with her children. The day ended with hugs and promises to do it again. Despite these small successes, Mina faced challenges. Sam sometimes asked questions about the years she had been gone. "Why didn't you write to us?" he asked one evening. Mina's heart ached. She explained honestly, "I was scared. I thought I could fix my life first, but I realize now I only caused pain. I am sorry for the time I lost." Sam listened quietly, absorbing her words. Lily hugged Mina and whispered, "I am glad you are back." Mina felt relief mixed with sadness. She knew that some pain would take longer to heal. Mina also noticed that her absence had affected the children in other ways. Sam had learned to be independent and careful because he had to help Lily when Omar was busy. Lily had grown mature for her age, always thinking of others. Mina admired their strength but felt guilty for not being there during important moments, like school events, birthdays, and small achievements. She promised herself that she would never let another important moment pass without being there. Over time, Mina's presence became more natural. The children started sharing small secrets, like who their friends were and what games they liked. Mina laughed with them, celebrated their successes, and comforted them during small disappointments. She learned the importance of patience and consistency. Every small action built trust, brick by brick. One evening after dinner, Omar suggested they have a family meeting. They sat in the living room, and Omar spoke gently. "Mina, you are back, and the children are happy to see you. But rebuilding trust takes time. You have to show that your love is steady and true." Mina nodded. She understood completely. She told Sam and Lily, "I am here for you and I will stay. I cannot change the past, but I can be part of your future." Sam and Lily smiled, feeling the warmth of her words. Mina realized that the journey of healing was not only about apologizing but also about showing love through action. She continued helping at school projects, attending parent meetings, and celebrating small achievements. She began writing little notes for Sam and Lily, leaving them in their lunchboxes, reminding them that she was thinking of them. Slowly, the children started trusting her fully. The quiet distance that had once existed began to fade, replaced with laughter, hugs, and a sense of belonging. By the end of the month, Mina felt a small victory in her heart. She knew that rebuilding a family after 10 years of separation was not easy, but the children's smiles and willingness to reconnect gave her hope. She realized that patience, love, honesty, and consistent effort were the keys to healing the wounds of the past. Mina vowed to continue this journey, no matter how long it took, because the love of her children was more important than anything else in her life. Months passed since Mina had returned to her children's lives. Each day, the bond between her and the children grew stronger. Sam and Lily had begun to trust her fully. They laughed together, shared stories, and Mina felt the warmth of their love every time they hugged her. The house was filled with life again, the same kind of joy that had once existed before she left. Mina knew that the journey had not been easy. There had been moments of doubt, moments when she wondered if Sam and Lily would ever forgive her. But her patience, honesty, and consistency had paid off. Sam now spoke freely about his dreams and fears, knowing his mother was there to listen. Lily shared her thoughts and small secrets, feeling safe and loved. Mina treasured these moments, understanding that she had a second chance to be the mother she always wanted to be. One Saturday morning, Mina suggested a small family outing to the nearby river. Sam and Lily were excited and helped pack sandwiches, water, and some snacks. Mina admired their enthusiasm and reminded herself to enjoy every moment. Omar also joined them, smiling at the sight of the family together. As they walked to the river, Mina noticed how tall Sam had grown and how Lily's hair had become longer and shinier. Time had passed, but the love she felt for them had not faded. At the river, the children played freely. Sam skipped stones across the water while Lily collected smooth, colorful pebbles. Mina watched them with a smile, feeling a sense of peace she had never known in her 10 years away. Omar sat nearby, talking quietly to Mina. "You have done well," he said. "They are happy to have you back." Mina nodded, grateful for his support. She knew that earning back trust required effort, and she was willing to do whatever it took. Later, as the sun began to set, Mina called Sam and Lily to sit beside her. She handed them small envelopes she had prepared earlier. "I wrote something for each of you," she said softly. Sam opened his envelope and read the words carefully. Mina had written about her love for him, her regret for leaving, and her hopes for the future. He looked up at her, eyes shining. "Mom, I understand now," he said quietly. "I know you love us and I love you too." Lily opened her envelope next. She smiled through tears, hugging Mina tightly. "I missed you so much," she whispered. Mina held her close, feeling the years of absence melt away. She realized that forgiveness was possible when love was sincere and actions proved it. The days that followed were filled with small celebrations. Mina attended Sam's school events, helped Lily with her art competitions, and spent evenings reading stories to them. She made small gestures to show her love, preparing their favorite meals, leaving little notes of encouragement, and being present for homework and school projects. Each day, the bond between mother and children strengthened, creating new memories to replace the ones lost. Omar watched the family with pride. He had always hoped that one day Mina would return, not just to apologize, but to truly care for the children again. He saw how Mina's presence brought joy to Sam and Lily, how their smiles had become brighter, and how laughter had returned to their home. Omar continued to support Mina, understanding that love and forgiveness were the strongest foundations for a family. One evening, the family sat together in the living room, sharing stories of the past and dreams of the future. Mina spoke gently to Sam and Lily. "I know I made a mistake, but I promise to be here always. I will never leave you again." Sam and Lily nodded, their faces filled with trust and happiness. They knew that their mother's words were sincere and that she had truly changed. Mina also shared her hopes with Omar. "I want us all to move forward as a family," she said. Omar smiled and nodded. "We will. We already have," he replied. The room was filled with warmth and understanding, a feeling that had been missing for many years. Over time, the small town began to see the change as well. Neighbors who had once whispered about Mina's past now noticed the joy in her children's faces. They saw a mother who had returned, not for herself, but for her children, working hard to earn their trust and love. Mina had become a part of the community again, attending events with her children, helping at local functions, and showing kindness wherever she went. Mina knew that life was not perfect, but she had learned the value of patience, honesty, and dedication. She understood that mistakes could be forgiven if actions proved true love. Each day with Sam and Lily was a blessing. She watched them grow, guiding them, supporting them, and celebrating every small success. The bond they shared was stronger than ever, built on love, trust, and second chances. Years later, Mina would look back on the difficult journey and feel grateful. She had lost time, but she had regained something even more precious: the love and trust of her children. Sam and Lily had learned that forgiveness was possible, and Mina had learned that family could endure even the deepest mistakes when hearts were open. Together, they faced the future, a family reunited, stronger and happier than ever before. Mina held her children close one evening as the sun set, feeling a peace that she had never known. She whispered softly, "I will always be here for you." Sam and Lily smiled, knowing that this time their mother would never leave them. The past was behind them, and the future was filled with hope, love, and togetherness. The family had been through pain, regret, and challenges, but they had found their way back to each other. Mina had learned the true meaning of motherhood, and Sam and Lily had learned the power of forgiveness. Together, they created a life full of joy, trust, and endless love.